I'm Sergeant Thomas L. Amore, serial number 18026043 of the 8th Air Division.
And I am William W. Putney of the 3rd Platoon.
Let's see, for my history, I was born in 1920 in the Bayou Country of Louisiana. I later moved to Waco, Texas, and then about the age of 13, I ran away from home to Cisco. There I kind of found a new life. I learned different medical practices and worked in a drugstore. Later I became fascinated with planes and really with the desire to help people, so I joined the Air Force. Became a B-17 Flying Fortress tail gunner, and we flew multiple missions over Berlin and German occupied territories. On one of our missions, our plane was collided with another B-17 in our formation, and we ended up crashing. My flight crew managed to survive, and after we crash landed, we all scattered in directions as we were told to, so that if we were ever captured, it'd only be one, not two. I later then joined the French Resistance and did multiple covert bombings or demolitions on German targets, such as ethanol plant and some bridges. After that, I was caught, and I went to the POW camp Stalag Luft 4, and then was moved to Kirsten, where me and the friend that I had made, Manuel, had escaped. A couple days before, there was a mass shootout, and all other prisoners were killed. After we escaped, we found the Russian advancing front, and we joined up with them until the end of the war.
Well, how my story begins is at the age of 17, I joined the Marine Corps of Company G, 116th Infantry Division, or 29th Division. On February 2nd of 1943, on June 1st of the same year, I graduated as veterinarian. I served 2 years as private within that division. After that, I was moved to Camp Legionnaire. I thought it was because of my veterinary skills, but apparently they just needed an extra soldier.
Well, that really sucks.
That's what I thought at first, but my veterinary skills proved very useful throughout the following years afterwards. We trained dogs there that would help us throughout the military. I would become commander of the 2nd and 3rd War Dog platoons until a good friend of mine, Lieutenant Taylor, took over the 2nd. Our training lasted for a few months, but dogs quickly caught on. They were generously donated from civilians that thought maybe their dogs were good, or they didn't want to really take care of them for now. We had a shipment of 550, only 70, no, all of them actually passed, with the exception of a few. After our training, we were moved to Camp Pendleton in California, where we met the Raider team and the paratroopers, which were an elite group of soldiers. At first, they didn't really like us because we weren't exactly up to par with them, but eventually they came to respect us because we had skills that they could not even believe. After we made friends with them and they moved out into the field, we were moved out also. The first place we were put and the main place we were put was Guam. And from there we used the dogs, we used our skills, we used as much knowledge as we could to take down the Japanese who had taken over. We eventually won the fight, and we freed the first American soil in World War II. After which, most of the soldiers were sent from Guam to Honolulu, Hawaii, to pretty much just relax after the war. After which I had a report come in which said 72 dogs came out of it.
Let's see, I think I'm most famous for becoming a B-17 Flying Fortress tail gunner, then having crashed, survived, and then becoming part of the French resistance, then being captured by the Gestapo, moved to 2 different POW camps, and then joining the Russian advancing front for the final leg of the war, where we defeated the Russians.
What I think I'm most famous for is that we freed the first American soil in World War II, and I led one of the few War Dog platoons in the whole war.
Really more famous between both of us, obviously, it's me.
How so?
Because I bombed many targets over Berlin in Germany, helped French resistance fighters use demolitions, helped me and a friend survive through a couple POW camps, made the Russian front, and helped end the war.
Well, I wouldn't say that's getting you all the fame. I've liberated the first island, the first American soil during World War II. And I've led one of the few War Dog platoons.
Yeah, I don't know. Still think that, famous, because who doesn't like
Shut
it?
up!
What? Oh my god, what the? Put the gun down.